Hi, I'm Alan Tetreault with Global Sugar Art, and today I'd like to talk to you about the FMM line of textured lace sets. They make 3 different sets, basically set 1, set 2, and set 3. They're very, very easy to use, and you can use them with fondant or, better yet, a mixture of fondant and gum paste together. Mix half and half, 50% fondant and 50% gum paste. Just knead it together. It makes a nice firm mixture that produces a really nice lace product for you, and they're easy to attach to a cake with a little bit of water. And because they have part fondant in them, they don't dry rock hard like a gum paste flour would. So when you put that on a cake, you can cut through the cake when it's time to serve it and not have a problem. So I just want to briefly show you how to work these. So I have some fondant and gum paste mixed up here, and a little rolling pin. And I'm going to put a little bit of cornstarch down on the bottom and on the top. Now, when you look at this is the set 1 right here. When you look at that set, this is the embossing part. So you have 3 different sets of embossers and you have 1 cutter. So it's important to know the difference between the 2, because first you emboss your fondant and then you cut it. So we'll start with one of these. Because you're embossing, it's going to be important that the fondant be a little bit thicker than normal. If you're cutting lettering, you want it to be very, very thin. If you're doing embossing, you want it a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to place this on the fondant and then press real evenly. Now, if you find that you have arthritis or you find it hard to push, or you have a lot of these to make and it's hard on your hands, you can use a small rolling pin and just roll over the top and go back and forth with it. And that will put a nice even pressure on there. After you've embossed that, just get under the corner of it and lift that right off. And there you can see the design is embossed right into the fondant. Now you take the cutter that matches your set, and that's just going to cut out the top. Press that down. Now, the way I like to do this is while that cutter is on there, that's when I use a little knife and I'll cut the bottom piece and the sides. And I'll lift that right off. Because it was a nice clean cut, I now have a nice piece of lace that I can finish. I can dust it, I can put some pearl dust, I can put luster dust, I can color it, and then I can attach that to a cake. Now, I'll show you how to do the scallop shape ones. What I just showed you was for set 1 and for set 2. They're basically the same. You emboss and then you cut. So I'll show you one more. Okay, put a little bit of cornstarch. It's important to have the cornstarch on the top of this one so that the embosser does not stick to your fondant gum paste mixture. Okay, so put this one down. I'm going to press evenly all over the top. Lift that up. You can see the nice design. And then you have the cutter. The cutter goes right on top. It fits right in. Just go in a circular motion that's going to cut clear through, and then just pull the fondant away. And you're left with a really nice cut piece of lace ready to put on your cake. I just want to show you what you can do with these. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to tell you. Let me just roll out one more piece of fondant, and I'll show you a little trick. Sometimes on a cake you need several of these pieces together. Now you can do them all as separate little 4-inch pieces, or you can do them as a long piece. So I'm going to set this up to do a longer piece. So I'm going to roll my fondant, a nice long piece here. I'm going to put a little bit of cornstarch. Okay, let's pick a design, and I'm going to lay that down, and I'm going to press on the top to emboss it. I'm going to lift it up. What's really nice about this is if you find that you haven't embossed it deeply enough, because it's real detailed, you can set the cutter, or the embosser, right back down, and you can press over the areas that didn't emboss well. Now I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to make another stretch. Push that down firmly and pick it up. Okay, so you could do as long a piece as you want. Just keep going end to end and embossing. And then when it's time to cut, just line that up and just cut it right off. Do the top, and then do the bottom. So now you have a nice long piece of lace to put on a cake. So as long as a piece that you're going to need to go around your cake so that you can have a seamless piece except for the back where it would meet. And in a cutter like this, you can join them without anything showing at all. So I wanted to show you, I finished off the set one, which is these four right here, excuse me, these three, just with a little bit of super pearl dust. And those would be ready to go on a cake. This would be set two, the pink and the blues. And I just use a luster dust on those. And these are the two scallop shaped ones that I just finished with a little bit of yellow luster dust, just so that you could see the detail in them. And for application on a cake, this was a Valentine cake I did. I did two pieces. I put one up going up the cake and one going down on the board with that, I think it was set one that I used. And then I just added a little bit of red isomalt hearts as an accent. So you can see what a beautiful border it makes, both for the top, it also makes a beautiful top border. Thank you so much.